Hey, what's up, everybody? Y'all see my smile? What's up, everybody? Just having a little fun. I stopped inside McDonald's to get some fries and I picked up a smile on the way out, so I figured I'd share it with you guys. So, as usual, this is my 7 pillars of mental performance in 365 days. I am your high performance mindset coach coming to you with a smile. And my name is Jay Hollingshed. I coach athletes and entrepreneurs to higher levels of productivity and profitability for a better quality of life. And my goodness, people are rolling in and checking in already. Thank you so much. Let me scroll back down. Okay, Troy Wilkins, thank you so much. My brother AJ, front row seat as usual. Thank you so much. D'Angela Michelle, Shirley Moore Boylan, my wife Lisa, I love you, baby. All right, we got Ronson Marsh. Thank you for tuning in. Everybody's tuning in. I appreciate you. Now, today is Thursday, the 5th day of the week, in which we discuss pillar number 5 of 7, and that is imagery and visualization. Imagery and visualization. Let me get my thank yous out the way. Thank you for everyone I just mentioned. Also, to everyone that's going to watch this on repeat, I thank you for so much if you're watching this on repeat. Sean Key, what's up, man? I appreciate you for tuning in. You catching me on the beginning of it. That's good. Good deal, bro. I appreciate you. Also, if you want to catch this episode in its entirety, feel free to tune in to my YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, share, and tag my YouTube channel with anyone you can think of that it will be a blessing to. I really would appreciate that as well. So here we go. Going right into it for this evening. Phyllis Galloway, I appreciate you for tuning in. All right, all right. Now, here we go. Imagery and visualization. I didn't do any research this time because this time I'm pulling straight from the workshops that I give to my clients. And I'm going to give you an example of imagery and visualization and how you can use those tools to foresee or give yourself an edge on what you are doing. Frank D. Robinson, I appreciate you for tuning in, Fred. You can use those tools to give you an edge over anybody else. Mika Rochelle, you tuning in on the early part of my imagery and visualization session. Thank you. Now, using the imagery and visualization to get ahead or to prepare yourself, that's something I tell all of my athletes and my entrepreneurs. Let's use the athletic example. I tell my athletes, if you want to have an edge over your competition, you need to mentally hit the court at least an hour before you physically hit the court. Be on the court mentally an hour before you physically hit the court. What do I mean by that? In other words, put your mind on the court. Have your mind going through the entire practice or the entire game, the entire match, the entire session, the entire competition before you physically get on the court to handle that business. Same thing for my entrepreneurs. If you have a presentation that you're trying to do, or you got a proposal that you're going to give, or if you have a client that you are going to present to, you're making a pitch to, same thing. Visualize it first. You got to see it. Walk yourself through it mentally, the entire process, the entire phase. Darlene Turner, I appreciate you. Sabria Hutchinson, all right. Sabria Hutchins, thank you for watching in. Another one of America's top models. All right. So you got to see it and walk yourself through it before you actually do it. Now, here's the example I gave for my athletes. I just recently did a workshop with an NCAA team, Ohio Dominican, and I got another one with them coming up. And in my imagery and visualization session, I told them to actually start at the locker room. See themselves actually getting out the car, going straight to the locker room. Picture everything from the locker room going all the way to going through the game and then back to the locker room at the end. That includes every timeout, every foul call, every bad play, the bad calls by the ref. You got to visualize the coaches getting mad at you. You got to visualize celebrations after good points. See the whole game, but actually when you see it the way you want it to happen. Don't just see it and go whichever way the wind blows. That's not the purpose of this exercise. You have to see it according to the way you want it to happen. Your expectations. What do you expect out of yourself? That's the purpose of this exercise. When you expect something out of yourself, you have to program your mind to go ahead and initiate that physical process of following through with your own expectations. Same thing if you're in a boardroom, board meeting, my entrepreneurs. If you know you have a client that's going to call you, and this is a big money client, say you're a high ticket sales or you want to close a high ticket deal, and you're kind of nervous about this thing. Well, walk yourself through it mentally. Picture yourself picking up the phone, saying hello, hi, so-and-so, and walk through the entire process. Renee, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. We're talking about imagery and visualization. Now, you got to see yourself going through that entire process. From answering the phone to actually going through the process of talking on the phone, saying what you want to say, and now you have to imagine what you want the client to say back to you. Have that going on in your head. Hear, see, and listen to what the client is saying back to you. But that's going to be what you want them to say. Picture all of that. Everything has to happen the way you want it to happen. These are your expectations. This is your mind. So you're expecting everything of yourself. Lisa Bowen, thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Now, these are your expectations, so you have to live up to your own expectations. But to do that, you give yourself an edge. This is all about mental programming. You're programming your mind to do this. And when you're programming your mind, you're telling your mind, okay, this is what needs to happen. This is what's going to happen. I expect my body to follow through with these particular steps. As I teach in all of my seminars and workshops, the body always follows the mind. That's the way it always works. Your body is always going to follow your mind. So what we are doing here is programming our mind for the success we want to have. Now, your competition, whether it's athletics or whether it's in entrepreneurship, either way, 9 times out of 10, they are not using these mental tips, this imagery and visualization, to accomplish what they have or what they are going to try to accomplish. This gives you an edge. So you got to use this to your advantage. Now, when you use this, like I said, you're programming your mind. Your body is going to follow through and follow your mind. So all the steps you take, everything you do, calculate them. I mean, everything with the timing. And as I always say in anything else, involve your 5 senses. You want to make this an experience, not just a vision in your mind, but you want to bring it into the imagery. Bring the imagery into the process. When you bring the imagery, you're bringing in the concept of imagination. That's the root word of imagery, imagination. You're bringing in an imagination. So when you do that, you are creating an experience. I was talking to my wife upstairs just recently, and we were talking about it. And I was saying that when you bring your 5 senses into it, it forces your central nervous system forces your body to physically react to what you see up here. So it's no longer just vision or visualization, but it's imagery and visualization. And when your body comes into play, it's a physical thing. Physical and mental. So you're bringing your whole self into the experience. And that's what's creating an experience. When you create an experience, it becomes real to you. And so your mind and body, they work as one. It's kind of like that dream that you've had, that you woke up to because it felt just that real. That's exactly what happened. You were asleep, but you were always all up here. Your dream was in your mind, but your 5 senses kicked in. And your central nervous system caused your body to react. And when you woke up, you jumped up. You were sweating. Why were you sweating? Because your heart started beating faster. Your palms were sweaty. You had goosebumps. Your body was reacting because you made it an experience. So when you make that workshop or that sales call that you have, you make that an experience. You walk through that experience over and over and over again. Then you're going to have something. David Jones, thank you for watching. If anybody wants any financial advice, talk to David Jones. She just look for David Jones in the David Jones, DAVETTJONES, David Jones, P3 Financial. That's all I got to say. She can take care of you. But the imagery and visualization, when you do that, you create that experience over and over. And the more you do it, the more it's going to happen. It will be extremely powerful. And when you do that, all you're doing is aligning your energies. And when you're aligning your energies, you're sending them out even stronger, because the energies that we have, we send them out. We reciprocate all the energies that we put out. So we put out that positive energy. We're putting out our expectations. We're putting out everything that we saw up here and felt in here. We're putting that out as energies. So how will that come back to us? That will come back to us in the form of our circumstances. We will have circumstances come to us that will actually make our vision and imagine our experience, our vision and our imagined experience a possibility. It will bring those to fruition. So to wrap this whole thing up, what I would like for you all to do is to go ahead and see it first. You got to see it. If you don't see it, it's not going to happen. I guarantee it. It's kind of like trying to walk down the street or walking down the stairs with your eyes closed. You cannot walk down the stairs fast with your eyes closed. If you do, you will be so cautious. You will be holding on to the rails, using your feet, tapping the steps and the steps below you 4 and 5 times before you plant your foot, because you cannot see where you're going. The same thing works in our mind. We have to be clear. Clarity. Have a clear vision on where you are going. Have a clear vision on what you're trying to do. Have a clear vision on what you are trying to accomplish. Same thing is, have a clear vision on your expectations. What are you expecting of yourself? When those are clear, no problem. The body always follows the mind, like I said. But that's all I have. So if anybody wants any more information, some more of this good stuff that I got for you, hit me up. Inbox me on this platform that you're watching on. I got you. Talk to me. You can go to my website, jhollingshed.com, or you can go directly and access my calendar at speaktojay.com. We can work this out. Let's get you to where you want to be through imagery and visualization, which is one of my 7 pillars of mental performance. I want you to go ahead and check that out. I got you. Let's get you to where you want to be. Let's get you what you want. As I stated in my opening, I coach athletes and entrepreneurs to higher levels of productivity and profitability for a better way of life. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be well, stay blessed, and through love, be a blessing. God bless.